Hello, this video is going to go over dividing. So we are going to start with dividing 3 digits by 1 digit using the standard algorithm. So when we use the standard algorithm, we follow an acronym, and I'm going to write that to the side just so I can keep track of my steps. And if you need to do this while you are doing the standard algorithm, go for it. Okay. When we are doing the standard algorithm, our first step is to divide. So I'm going to write a D for divide. Our next step would be to multiply. Next, I would need to subtract. Then I check my work. And then you bring down and restart. I'm going to put those together. So check and bring down. And then after that, you restart and go back to the beginning. So I'll be going through these steps as I'm doing the standard algorithm, just so it's a little bit more clear. Let's say if we start with $639 divided by 4. My first step is to divide. So I need to divide 6 by 4. In order to do that, I need to ask myself, how many groups of 4 can I make out of 6? So if I count by 4s, 4, 8, if I get to 2 groups, that's too many. So I know I can make 1 group of 4 out of 6. So that one goes right above the 6. My next step is to multiply. So I need to take 4 times 1, which gives me 4, and put it right below the 6. Next, I need to subtract what I originally started with how many I can make. So I had 6 things, and I can make a group of 4 things out of that. So I'm left with 2. Then my next step is to check my work and bring down the next number. So if I go back to the beginning, 4 times 1 is 4, 6 minus 4 is 2, I'm good to go. So I need to bring down that next number. And then I start over. I go back to the divide. I need to divide 23 by 4. So that's just another way of asking, how many groups of 4 can I make out of 23? Again, if I count by 4s, I can figure that out. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So 6 groups would be too many, so I have to go back. I can make 5 equal groups out of 23. So that 5 goes right above the 3, since that tells me how many groups of 4 I can make out of 23. All right, my next step is to multiply. I need to multiply 4 times 5, and I know that to be 20. Next, I need to subtract 23 minus 20, and that gives me 3. And then I need to check my work and bring down the next number. So if I go back to the top, 4 times 5 is 20. 23 minus 20 is 3. So I need to bring down that next number, which is a 9. And start over again. So if I start back with the divide, I need to divide 39 by 4. So how many groups of 4 can I make out of 39? Let's count by 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. So 10 groups is too many, so I have to go back one. I know I can make 9 equal groups of 4 out of 39. So that 9 goes right above this 9 up here. Next, I need to multiply. 4 times 9 is 36. Then I need to subtract. 39 minus 36, starting in the ones place. 9 minus 6 is 3. 3 minus 3 is nothing. Then I need to check and bring down. 4 times 9 is 36. 39 minus 36 is 3. But I got to a point where I have no more numbers left, and I'm still left with a number. So that becomes our remainder. So that is 3 extra numbers or things that we cannot make an equal group of 4 out of. In order to check our work, we can do the opposite of division, which is multiplication. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our answer, 159, and multiply it by 4. I should get 639 when I'm done with that. So I'll take 159, multiply that by 4, and see what we get. Starting in the ones place, 9 times 4 is 36. 6 stays down. The 3 goes over here. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 3 more is 23. 3 stays, and the 2 goes over here. Next, 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 more is 6. So multiplying our answer, 159 times 4, got me 636. We started with 639, but we cannot forget about the remainder 3. That's still part of our answer, so if we're checking our work, I need to add that 3. 6 plus 3 is 9, 3 plus nothing is 3, 6 plus nothing is still 6. So that matches now. I have 639, 639. Always check your work when you're done, because there are simple mistakes that could be made throughout. This is a long, repetitive process, so it's always good to check your work. Let's try one more problem, and then you can have some practice on Canvas. All right, let's do 309 divided by 6. So we always start the same. We start by dividing. So we have to divide 3 by 6. We can't do that because if I only had 3 things and I wanted to make a group of 6 out of that, I would not have enough. So instead of dividing 3 by 6, I have to go to the next number. So that becomes 30 divided by 6. So how many groups of 6 can I make out of 30? Let's count. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. So I can make 5 equal groups of 6 out of 30. So I need to place a 5 right above the 0. It goes above the 0 and not the 3 because I'm making groups of 6 out of 30 and not just 3. So we need to make sure our work is lined up to reflect that. All right, next is multiplication. So I need to multiply 6 times 5. Remember, I found that to be 30. And then our next step would be to subtract. If I started with 30 and I take away 30, I'm left with nothing. Now I need to check my work and bring down the next number. 6 times 5 is 30. 30 minus 30 is 0. So all of that is true and checks out. So I need to bring down the 9. And then I start over again. I need to divide. 9 divided by 6. How many groups of 6 can I make out of 9? Again, let's go back to counting by 6s. 6, 12. So 2 groups would be too many. So I need to go back to 1. I know I can make 1 equal group of 6 out of 9. Next, I need to multiply. 6 times 1 is 6. And then I subtract. 9 minus 6 is 3. Next, I need to check my work and bring down. 6 times 1 is 6. 9 minus 6 is 3. There's nothing left to bring down. And I know 6 cannot go into 3, so that's going to be my remainder. Again, let's always check our work when we are doing multiplication or division, just so we make sure we did our math correctly. So if I take my answer, 51, and I multiply that by 3, I get 1 times 3, which is 3, and then 3 times 5, which is 15. I think I made a mistake, but this is a good opportunity to see what I did wrong. Oh, I see exactly what I did wrong. Instead of multiplying by 3, I need to multiply by 6. It's always good to catch your mistakes. I knew that answer did not look right, so I needed to figure out where did I go wrong. 51 times 6. All right, let's try this again. 1 times 6 is 6, and 6 times 5 is 30. That looks better. 306. It's still not 309, but remember, we had a remainder of 3. So if we added that back, 6 plus 3 is 9, 0 plus nothing is 0, 3 plus nothing is still 3. We get our answer. So 309 checks off with 309, and you're good to go. For the next video, I'm going to be doing the same process, so the standard algorithm, except with 4-digit by 1-digit numbers. So look for this assignment on Canvas, and I'll see you for the next video.